Okay, so picture this with me.
You're standing at the edge of this really old forest, like primeval, and the shadows are like, they're alive, you know?
Yeah.
This is Joosh, and tonight it's living up to its name.
So what's so cool about this story, right, is how it takes werewolves.
Dwarves, like that whole classic fantasy thing, and flips the script.
Totally. You think you're about to get this predictable werewolf versus dwarf smackdown?
Under a blood moon, all teeth and steel.
Right.
But
the author, they start dropping these little hints.
That something else is up?
Yeah, like even the werewolves, all instinct. Right.
Exactly.
They hesitate.
And the dwarves, masters of discipline.
They're gripped by this like primal fear.
It's like the forest itself is talking to them.
Yes.
Giving them a warning. You know what I mean?
100%.
And the way the author writes about Joosh, those descriptions.
But like you can smell the earth.
Oh, yeah.
Feel those ancient trees closing in around you.
The details, man, it's masterful.
Just setting the scene.
It's like building this feeling, this anticipate, like something huge is about to happen.
And just when you think that tension can't get any thicker.
Bam! The battle starts.
Claws against steel. Werewolves howling.
Oh, it's brutal.
You are right there in the thick of it.
You're in it.
It's brutal.
It's like every slash and snarl, like the author is really putting you through it.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can feel the frenzy of the fight, but then just as you're getting sucked in,
the ground, it starts to tremble.
Like Joosh itself is saying enough.
Right. Like this has gone too far. And out of nowhere, this figure emerges.
The forest guardian.
The forest guardian. And it's not just big.
It's ancient, like it's made of the forest itself.
Yeah, roots and stone and these eyes.
Right.
Like they've seen centuries come and go.
And suddenly the werewolves and the dwarves,
they realize they're in over their heads.
It's like that moment you realize.
You've been playing checkers and someone just pulled out a chessboard.
Exactly. It's like, whoa, what have we gotten ourselves into?
What's so interesting here is how the power shifts, you know?
Like the author just throws the whole idea of who's in control out the window.
It's like in those nature shows, you know?
Where two animals are going at it, and then something way bigger shows up.
And everything changes.
Like a tiger walks in and the deer are just like, see ya.
And the werewolves, they almost get it, you know?
Like on some primal level, they're feeling it.
Yeah.
This is different.
Like this is above their pay grade.
Way above.
Right. But the dwarves, they hesitate too.
Even with all their training and discipline, right?
It's like this thing, this forest guardian.
It just breaks their understanding of the world.
It's not part of the plan.
And then it lets out this roar.
Not even a roar, really.
You're right. The author describes it as...
like the earth itself is screaming?
Yeah, like a force of nature.
And you can't fight that.
You can't reason with it.
You can't bargain with it?
No.
So what do?
They back down.
Both of them.
Werewolves melt back into the trees.
Dwarves, even retreating, they keep their formation.
But you can tell.
Oh, yeah.
They're shaken.
The fight's gone out of them.
Yeah.
So that's it then. Peace in our time. Because something tells me
this isn't over.
It doesn't feel like it, does it?
Not really, no.
It's like you said, yeah, the storm might die down.
Right.
But that doesn't mean it's gone.
Exactly. It's like the author.
They leave you with this feeling, like that wasn't the main event, you know?
It's a taste.
Yeah, like werewolves versus dwarves.
That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Like the author is saying, look, we get so caught up in these little fights.
We forget there's a bigger picture.
It makes you think, doesn't it?
That all the times.
We miss the forest for the trees.
Yeah, or like in those nature documentaries.
Where everyone's focused on the lions fighting.
Right.
And then this like massive rhino just comes lumbering out.
And it's like...
game over.
Exactly. And in Joosh, that rhino is the forest itself.
It's been watching, listening.
Learning our weaknesses.
Right. So like, was it protecting itself?
Was it teaching everyone a lesson? Does it have something else in mind entirely?
And that's what's so great about this story.
It makes you ask these questions.
Oh, yeah.
It sticks with...
It's like the best stories.
They don't give you all the answers.
You have to think about it.
You have to work for it.
And this deep dive.
It made me think about Blood Moon and Joosh in a whole new light.
It's one of those stories you think you know it.
And then bam, it hits you with something new.
So if you're out there listening,
pick up Blood Moon and Joosh.
Do it. It's so worth it.
But be warned.
This forest, Joosh.
It has a way of getting under your skin.
Until next time.
Keep exploring those dark corners of fantasy.
This has been The Deep Dive.